Hey, hey, hey. All right, Tom Gaddis here. If you are here, we are live. We have a training scheduled at 3 p.m. We're going to do it via Zoom, but Zoom has decided to go haywire. So we're moving over here. Let me know when you get here in the comments. Yeah. Stop it. Hey, Kathleen. Boomstick, what's up? Zoom is going haywire. So we fired up this StreamYard live. Yeah, it's Zoom. It is down. They are having an outage. Yes, that's why we're all here. That's why we are here on this live stream. This is our backup plan because Zoom is going on. Hey, Brian, what's up? I see your guys' comments, so let me know that you're on here. I don't know what hold on. Zoom is down. We're live on StreamYard. I'm just letting somebody know. You can go to the YouTube. Here, let me just get this message out here. Yes, and we are live. I'm going to give people a little bit of time. We'll kill some time. Bob, what's up? Good. You got the message. It's in the Facebook. We're live in FB group 2. So Zoom is down. And I fired it up early, and I was sitting there, and Cameron was like, I'm having trouble logging in. And I thought, well, good thing I'm already logged in. I'm just going to start this baby right at noon. So I hit start webinar and nothing happens. And I hit start webinar, nothing happens. And then I leave the webinar and try to come back, and I can't get in. So nice. So, Brian, I'm going to talk about the menus and different stuff like that today. So I will answer those questions to the best of my ability. That was one of the whole reasons we put this training together, right? Like I've seen a lot of people in the group struggling with getting their smart directory set up, and some of the tech issues they're struggling with, like we shouldn't be even doing those things right now. So I've put together like a special training today where I'm going to show you guys the process, the fastest way to go from install to income. So I'm going to show you exactly what you need to be focusing on, exactly what you should be doing to your site, all of the stuff you should be ignoring and coming back to later so that we can get to our goal, which is having a site live. So awesome. I don't think it's that you didn't go through the training, Brian. I think what's going on is the order that people are doing things, right? There's an order, and there's specific things that you should do first while tuning out everything else. And I think that might make the process a lot easier. So Mark, you found me. Mark, I was messaging Mark earlier, guys. So that's there. What's up, Patty? Henry's here. Yeah, Zoom. Yeah, look at that. Even the big what are they, $1 billion company? Even they have outages and tech issues. Yep. Unlike them, though, you can just message me and I'll tell you where to go, and we'll still keep the show going, right? Scott, what's up? Welcome. Here, I'm gonna share my screen too. while we're on here. So you guys can see this. We don't need to see that again. So you can see the title of what we're going to be talking about today, Make Myself Small. What's up, Randy? Yes, we are here. Everybody, Zoom has went haywire. They are down, but Offline Sharks is not. We are up and we are running. And I know we're getting started a little late because of the tech stuff going on at Zoom, but that's okay. That's okay. I blocked off a little extra time. I'm going to hang out. So we're going to do a few things today. One, I'm going to show you the fastest way to monetize SmartDirectory.AI, even if you're new. I mentioned this earlier. I'll go over what we're going to go over in the training and stuff like that. So we're going to be doing that. Let me know when you're here. I see people still popping on. Bruce, what's up? Yeah, Bruce, Zoom is down. Zoom is down. Chris Byrne, what's up? Awesome. Thanks. Whoever Chubbs30 is, thanks for sim that. Randy Myers, welcome. Yeah. Patty, what's up? Jason Roberts. Cameron, I know Cameron is scrambling to get people in. What's up, Kat? Cameron, did you post the link in the school group as well? So, Kat, everybody, just so you know. Oh, yes, sorry, Cameron, were you going to say something?
Yes, I posted it in the school, and I'm working on the Facebook group right now.
Fantastic. Hey, Paul, Janice. Yeah, hey, the first rule of business. Does anybody know Dan Kennedy used to be famous for saying this? What is the scariest number in business? Cameron knows the answer to this one. Anybody? Hey, Thomas, anybody know what the scariest number in business is? Put it in the comments if you think you know. Oh, look at that comment. Tacoma Roofing, Eric. That's right. One of anything is the scariest number in business. So here at Offline Sharks, we usually have a backup plan because, you know, the first time you think that JC says 666, that's not a good number either. But one, Zoom is having a glitch. Richie, Zoom is down. Cameron showed me the chart. Like the red bar of outage was like through the roof. Zoom is down. I repeat, Zoom is down. But we're not. We're here. We had a backup plan. We fired up a StreamYard. Cameron is working frantically to get the link to everybody. So I'm going to wait here. I was just talking about the scariest number in business, one, right? You always want to have a backup is always very, very good. So awesome. While we're waiting for people to kind of come on here and Cameron to get the link out, I'm going to kill a little bit of time. Welcome the dude. Welcome everybody. Kevin, welcome. I see Kat. I see Richie. John Hardiman, welcome. JC, welcome everybody. I actually had a fantastic experience last night. Paul James was in Las Vegas with his new fiance, and I got to go have dinner with him at the Asian restaurant Dim Fung Tao inside of the Aria, which is one of our favorite places to go eat. Some dim sum. It was delicious and great company. His fiance is amazing. She's great. So we had a great time having dinner, catching. The first time I've got to meet Paul in person, right? Yeah. Barbara, Zoom just crashed. I was in there. I was in the Zoom and I went to start the webinar and it wouldn't start. And so I left the webinar and tried to go back and nothing. I couldn't get back in. Zoom wouldn't even log me in. So write your angry messages to Zoom. We have nothing to do with that. But thankfully, we had a backup plan, and we're here at the backup plan, live on StreamYard. Russell, what's up? Yes, that's right, Richie. That's where we had dinner with you and your wife at the same place. Yeah, that place is great, right? Roy, firing away with the questions. What's up, Roy? Roy says, am I able to get these snapshot docs and use the AI directory through a Go account through another? Yes, Roy, you are. You are. If you sign up for SmartDirectory.AI, it doesn't matter if you're signed up under us or not. You can still use it. Absolutely. Yeah, somebody said Elon had nothing to do with it. Yeah, Paul is a great guy. Again, Bryce, first time I got to meet him in person and just it was super fun. Nick was really upset that I got to meet Paul first. Because, you know, Nick, one time Nick went to Orlando and they were supposed to get together, but Paul had to leave for some reason at the last minute. So Nick actually stayed at his house in Orlando, but Paul wasn't there. Yeah. Yes. Whoever. Yeah. Cameron is getting the link out to everybody so they can get on over here. Awesome. The dude says, I want to go there when I get there in 2 months. Hey, Frank the Tank. Yeah, Frank, make sure you message me a few days before, okay? So I can carve out time and we can hook up and all that stuff. Yeah, Barbara, all this time. Never met him in person, just online. Yeah. Never met him in person. I don't know if you guys know this, but Paul used to be a magician too. He does magic. I used to be a magician. I used to do magic. So we didn't get to do any magic tricks. I told him next time. But yeah, it's funny how, you know, people that we have worked with for years and years and never met in person. So it's always exciting when you get to do that. I love it when sharks come to Vegas and hit me up, and I do my best to carve out time to go meet with people because I just love that stuff. I was talking about Paul James. John Wolf, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Scott Withers. Yeah. Yeah, John, the Zoom is having an issue. They're having a big outage. So I actually fired the webinar up about 10 minutes early. And so I was in the waiting room. Cameron was like, I can't log into Zoom. So I was like, well, thank God I'm here. And I went to hit start Webby and it just wouldn't do anything. And so I left the webinar. And when I tried to go back, I couldn't even log into my Zoom account. So yeah. Frank, you do not do magic. Are you serious? Oh my God. If you're being serious, I'm going to go crazy. Mark says, question, since I've upgraded the AI Profit Center, are there any recordings of the weekly meetings on Thursdays? Yes, Mark, there are. You can find those inside the school group. So in the school group are all the recordings of the AI Profit Center meetings and things like that. And Mark, today on this training, I'm actually going to go through, I'm going to lay out a 5-step process for you guys to get live with SmartDirectory.AI that I think is going to, that should, I hope, take a lot of the kind of tech overwhelm out of this process and really show you how easy this is to get this live and get doing the main thing, right? The main thing is prospecting and generating some income, not trying to set up the directory with the most listings or set up the directory with the most blog. But like, we don't want to do that. We want to get something set up that is good enough so that we can start prospecting. That's our main goal. And on today's training, I'm going to show you how to do that. The fastest way to monetize SmartDirectory.AI. So I'm going to give it just a few more minutes and then we will get going. Mark, yes, we have developed a community. Yeah, awesome. Let me see here. Yeah, it does. When sharks come to Vegas, it does sound like a movie, doesn't it? Frank says occult magic. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember Kat. I was bummed I didn't get to see it too. I don't have any tricks on me that I can do. I'm so out of practice. I've been too busy making trainings and building software for you people. I don't got time to do card tricks anymore. Oh, Brian, look at this. Already have a business that wants a listing. Did you guys see in the Smart Directory members area? I made a video on prospecting before your site is live. Is that what you did, Brian? Did you use that method and just tell them like, hey, I'm in the process of starting to build this thing? Yeah. We can maybe talk about that a little bit in a minute. Reginald, somebody from my team will have to get you the school link. If you can actually, if you go to, you have to be a member of AI Profit Center or the 100K Club. And I think Cameron, who all has access to the school group? Can you remind me?
Yeah, we're actually, Tom, in his ever generous way, has decided to open up the school group to all Smart Directory members.
Okay.
So we don't have it set up right this moment, but by tomorrow, if you check your members area, you'll have a link. And actually, let me make a note. We'll send out an email to everybody. So that everybody who's got Smart Directory as well can get into the school group, have access to all those coaching call recordings and all of the discussion and stuff that's going on with the insiders in the school group.
Awesome. I knew that we set that up. I just didn't want to shoot my mouth off if you weren't ready.
Yeah, it's not there yet. They haven't been added yet, but
Yep.
it will be
We're gonna
happening
get in
very
there
shortly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I totally forgot to grab that graphic from you, but that's okay. I can just mention it. So yeah, so surprise bonus, everybody who has joined Smart Directory AI over the past week, you will have access to the school group and the all that stuff in there as well. So you guys are gonna love that. Let me see. What is the so there's that. What's this say? This says my site is live. Receive my list of 150 business. Oh, 150. You're only supposed to get 100. That's all right. I'll let that one slide. I'll let that one slide. That's good. Good. I'm going to show you today. I'm a little reminder again about how to get those up and get your site set the way you wanted it, right? So awesome. So Ronald says, I'm still struggling with image sizes. I know it's not the main thing, but need to look better than it does right now. So Ronald, I know all the image sizes, we have a ratio. I actually talked to Cameron about that, and we have that on a list with our devs. If there's, because the site is dynamic, right? Like the site is dynamic. It changes based on screen size and different things like that. And so I'm assuming that's why we have a ratio versus an actual size. But I have it on our list that we talked to the developers about today of if there's another way, something else we can say. But wherever you see an image that's needed, you should see the ratio that gives you the best looking thing. Mark, yeah, it should have been in your emails for AI Profit Center. You should have a link to the school group. But if you don't, just go to offlinesharks.com/support and we can get in there. Okay. Jason says, love it. Got in. Yeah, Zoom is down. Zoom is down. Okay. Awesome. So cool. So I know we're getting a late start, guys. I'm really sorry. I know, I know we're getting a late start, but I'm going to do my best to get us through what we have to cover today. And I'll hang around to make sure I get your questions and all that stuff. Okay. So Cameron, I think we're pretty good, right? I'm probably going to go and get going, and just people will show up as they show up.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, let us get this party started. So everyone can see my screen there, and you can see me and all that good stuff, right? So I do want to just take a minute to really just give a big thank you to everybody in the Facebook group for all the awesome comments about Smart Directory AI, and a big shout out. We actually sent an email out on this, but I saw Brian Terry already has somebody interested in a listing. But this is Jackie from the group. She messaged me and told me that she got 4 confirmations today from some text she sent out. So, Jackie was asking about some of the setup processes, which we're going to talk about today, and I'll get to that in a second. But Jackie will have to tell me. I don't know if her site is all completely set up. I don't think it is, but she already has 4 people that have said, yes, I'm interested in what you're doing there. And inside the Smart Directory AI members area in the Honeypot Prospecting System, I actually have a video where I talk about how to prospect before your site is live, how you can start building the relationships and closing deals before the site is live. So if you haven't watched that video, I encourage you to go back there. I do want to say up front too that a lot of the tech questions I see in the Facebook group, I know there's some bugs. There were some hiccups when we did the original webinar, because we put 200 new users in there. We've been upgrading the servers like crazy. Like we talked about that today. So I know there's when you have that kind of volume all at once, those things happen. The support team, of course, has been working frantically. We actually brought on a new support team member. Actually brought somebody back that worked for us before to help with the overload and support to get that stuff cranking. So rest assured out there in the ocean that the Sharks are doing everything we can to speed things up and get everything working right for you. I do want to say, though, that a majority of the tech questions I see inside the Facebook group are actually answered in the training. So it is very important that you go and watch. I've added new videos to the training as well over the past week, so I'll talk about that a little later. It is important, if you haven't looked in the members area in a while, or if you logged in once and watched the training and you haven't been back, new things have been added. It is important to watch all the videos to the very end. I know there's one video where at the very end, Cameron says, oh yeah, and you may need to make sure you do this. And people were struggling with that thing because I don't think they watch till the very end. So just make sure you do that. And then, of course, we've been adding new stuff to the knowledge base. So if you go to offlinesharks.com/support, there's a whole brand new section on SmartDirectory.AI and the common issues people are running into and how you fix them and all that good stuff. So we're working hard on our end, right? We appreciate everybody's patience and all that stuff while we deal with the kind of the onslaught and all that. But today, on today's training, I'm going to dive a little deeper into SmartDirectory.AI. Specifically, I'm going to show you how to go from install to income as quickly as possible with SmartDirectory.AI. I'm going to break this down into the essential steps that you need to get a site up and live, which really should be your only first goal right out of the gate. Your goal, as soon as if you're already signed up or if you sign up for SmartDirectory.AI, should be to just get a workable site, something that looks good with businesses on it as quickly as possible, because everything else comes from that. And we'll talk more about this. Then I'm going to show you how to use SmartDirectory.AI with our Honeypot Prospecting System. I'm going to do a quick overview of that. I did go over this part on the training, the last training we did, but I want to revisit that because I know how it is with software, right? Like we get all wrapped up in the tech stuff and the things it can do, and we all get a gazillion ideas, and we want to implement those ideas like yesterday. But really, the SmartDirectory.AI was built for a specific reason. And that specific reason is to get clients. That's what it is built for. It is built because it's easy to get set up and running quickly so that we can start prospecting and selling subscription services. So like if you are looking for something where you come in and you just get to play around with directory stuff and you want to be bogged down in building a directory and doing all these different directory things and not ever actually prospecting, I don't know that Smart Directory is right for you. It is really for the person that's looking to get clients, that's looking for a way to finally get some traction and sell AI subscription services. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And then after that, I'm going to go into a little bit of how-to on blogs, events, jobs, pages, and menus, because I've seen lots of questions about those as well. So is everybody with me on that stuff? Yes. And so I was on a meeting with our developers and Cameron this morning. So I can tell you any issues, bugs, looks, things like that. We gave the developers have a list. They're working through things. We're getting through that stuff as quickly as we can. Okay. All right. So look, I said that this is really made to get clients, and that really is what this whole thing is all about, right? SmartDirectory.AI, along with the Honeypot Prospecting System, is hands down the best way to sell any type of services, whether it's traditional agency services like SEO and paid ads, or AI services like AI chatbots, AI voice, AI social posting, etc. Again, these awards you see here, these are not awards that we got from promoting high level. We actually are very new to promoting high level. We just started a few months ago. We've been using high level in our business for over a year, for a couple of years. And now it's such an integral part of what we're doing. We just really had to start talking about it and sending it people there because it's really built in. SmartDirectory.AI is an example of that. This is a prospecting strategy we've been teaching for a long time with the Honeypot system, and it works, right? And because it works, not only do we get a lot of clients, but the people we teach get a lot of clients. And that's what has enabled us to get these awards. We have 2 gold awards. We just got our first platinum. We want to get a diamond. That is the biggest one. We really want to get a diamond. But these awards really are proof that this doesn't just work for us. This has worked for a lot of others too, right? And today, our agency was named the 2nd fastest growing business in Hawaii. For anybody that's new, you can see that's our revenue last year, 1.6 million. What we're going to talk about today is a big reason why. This, by the way, the agency is an entirely separate business. This has nothing to do with Offline Sharks. Those numbers are all from working with real businesses in Hawaii. Hawaii is our niche. So we do have a niche. Our niche is Hawaii. And we can talk a little bit about that as we go through this as well. All right. Just a quick little overview. I want to run through a reminder of some of the features of SmartDirectory.AI. I know it's been a little bit since some of you have seen this. These are a lot of the core directory features: claiming a listing, customizable pricing plans. There's a lot of stuff built into the front of SmartDirectory.AI. I'm going to talk about some of these more prominent things here in a minute. A lot of stuff built into the back end, right? Instant add of listings, comprehensive dashboard. You get SSL with this, so it's secure. I'll talk about this stuff as well. And we have some amazing features that are coming soon with coupons and deals, a customizable theme library, Google My Business integration, video review submissions, and voice AI workflows. So look, there's a lot of stuff in Smart Directory itself, not to mention that it works inside of an awesome platform called High Level that has a lot of cool and amazing things in it as well. So I know why it is easy to get a little overwhelmed when you first jump in and you're trying to do this, right? So in this section, I'm going to show you how to go from install to income as quickly as possible, okay? And the first step in doing that is to pump the brakes on High Level. All right? What do I mean by that? Pump the brakes on High Level. Well, look, if you are new to High Level, like if you just signed up for a High Level account, when you log in, High Level wants you to set up a bunch of stuff. I am recommending to you that you do not do any of that stuff. The only thing that you need to do inside of High Level to get a Smart Directory site up and live is to create a sub account. And I put a video in the members area showing exactly how to do that. You do not need to set anything else up on the High Level side. That is all you need is a sub account. So my recommendation to you is ignore all those messages to set things up, like your email and your phone number and whatever else it's asking you to set up. There will be plenty of time to do that stuff. And it is much easier to set it up once your site is live than before you've done anything. So just ignore all of that. Don't go trying to figure out what High Level does. Don't start working with the AI voice agent. Don't do any of that. Just log into your High Level account and create a sub account. And again, I have a new video in the Smart Directory AI members area that shows you how to create the sub account. And then you're going to follow these steps. These are the 5 steps to be live as fast as possible. So you create the sub account, you install Smart Directory AI app and the snapshot that goes with it. Again, once you install the app, once you install the snapshot, do not try to go and look at the workflows and set them up and get the phone number and get the email, and don't try to connect your domain. You do not need to do any of that stuff at this point. You log into High Level, create your sub account, install the app, install the snapshot, videos in the members area on how to do this, right? Then you're going to want to add your base listings. Now, look, you may be saying, well, Tom, but what about these base listings? Aren't we going to prospect them? Yes, eventually, but we do not need to start sending emails out to these base listings right now. High Level allows us to do that whenever we want. So what we want to do right now is add at least, well, when you sign up for Smart Directory, we build a list of 100 businesses for you. So as you saw in the comments, we gave them 150. So you want to add those businesses and then get your site looking good. And then you connect your domain. Okay. So before doing any of that, you can still preview your site and see what it looks like and all that stuff. You do not have to have a domain connected to do any of those things. You do not have to have a domain connected to do any of these steps or have anything else set up in High Level. All you have to have is a sub account, install the app, install the snapshot, then follow the training to add your base listings. I'll go back through that again here just so everybody can see it. Then customize your branding. Now you can connect your domain and boom, your site is live. This is the fastest way to get live. And then now that your site is live, now we can set up the email and the SMS and go to the workflows. And it will be So much easier because your site is live to do those things. And you won't be stressed about how am I getting my site live while I'm working on these, right? You'll already have a live site. After it's all set up and doing the way you want, then you can just take those contacts that you added and you can just drop them into the free listing workflow. Again, I'll go through that. If you're new, you haven't signed up, you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to go through that in a minute. And it'll run then. We do not have to do that from the get-go. Does that make sense to everybody? Is everybody with me on that? Yes. So look, just let's pump the brakes, take a step back. We don't need to set anything up in high level. Take a screenshot of these 5 steps. I've also added a video in the members area outlining this as well. You can't miss it. It says, watch this before you do anything with setting up your site. So make sure you are following these steps. Write them down. I don't know if there's a checklist there, but if there is, print off that checklist and just focus on doing these 5 things. That's it. Okay. That is how we get our site set up. Hey, Zach Smoose, what's up? So Simlin, when you log into SmartDirectory.AI members area, there's a video that says, if you don't have Go High Level, watch this. And I explain exactly what to do. So you can watch that and that'll show you what to do. Okay. All right. If you don't have it, we can set you up with a 30-day free trial. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Perfect. Yes, this is your Bible. That is right. This is the thing to do. Okay. Okay. Again, for those of you that maybe are just coming on, Zoom is having downtime. They're not working. So we fired this up over here. I'm going through the Smart Directory, the prospecting, and we're going to do some other things in the end here. So bear with me. All right. So here is Hawaii Thrive. So let me kind of walk you through the 5-step process real quick so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to escape out of this. I'm going to go over to Hawaii Thrive. So this is hawaiithrive.com. This is our Smart Directory AI site that we're using to prospect in Hawaii. Okay, so I want to show you a couple of things on this. One thing first is the search bar. This is a generative search bar. So like if I want to find, there's a great pizza place in Kihei called Pizza Madness. If I want to search for it, I can just start typing in pizza and you can see it starts pulling up automatically all the businesses here. And oh, there's Pizza Madness right there. I can click on this and go right to their listing. So this search bar is way better than the search functionality that we had in other platforms we were using. I'm going to, towards the end, I'm going to talk about this menu and how to edit this and all this stuff. That's the last segment of this training. So I'm not going to go through all that right now. This is where a business adds their business, right? I'm also going to talk about events and those things as well. But you can see here's our listings. We have the featured listings and the free listings. A note for some of you, this area of text right here, right now, this is not editable, but we did talk to the devs this morning about making this text editable. I do not know when that is going to be live. Don't ask me, when do you think that stuff's going to be done, Tom? I don't know. We have a big team of devs working on this thing. So, you know, they're just going through the list. This is what the all listing page looks like. You can see, you can just scroll through the listings down here. And then another nice little feature here is this category drop down. So like if I want to see all the businesses on Maui, I can just click on this and click Maui, and there's all the Maui ones. If I want to see all the Oahu ones, there they are. So that's a little nice like instant search feature. Okay. So really nice here. This is what a free listing looks like on our Hawaii Thrive site. Again, when I go into the back end, I'll talk a little bit about the paid plans and setting this up and that kind of stuff. But you can see a free listing is very basic. Name, address, there's a website over here. A business can claim this business, right? It's saying I can claim it because I'm logged into my profile. I'll talk about that in a minute. You can follow businesses by clicking this little button here. So when you have a profile, and I'll show you, you can go around and follow different businesses. And it's just got their address and some basic information. Now, this is what a premium listing looks like, right? This is a paid listing. And you can see we're able to add more photos up here at the top. Again, you have complete control of what is in this premium and free plan. Like if you wanted your free listings to have all of this stuff in it, you can do that. Or you can just have certain things. You can have multiple packages. You can have a free, a basic, a pro. You could have a free, a basic, a pro, a super pro. Like that's really nice as well, right? So you can see there's extra images here, website, social media over here on the side. This is a premium listing. It says so right here. You're able to add a business description. I'm going to talk about this business description here in just a minute because I saw some people in the group talking about SEO, and I want to address that real quick and kind of show you this and give you some recommendations of some things you can do. Here's the address. This is the Google Maps, right? Integrated with Google Maps. There's a section for working hours. And again, I'll show you this all edible in the back end. These reviews are being pulled in directly from Google's API. So you can see those. And then here is our team. So you could have the owners, the chef, the salespeople, the agents, whoever works at this business. If you want to put profiles of them here, you can. I just have this one set with their logo and just like a little snippet from their About Us page on their website, just so you can see what this feature is. Then a business has the ability to create their own blogs. And these are 2 blogs. So, man, I'm going to tell you guys something. I've been playing around with this and using ChatGPT to do some things. And like, if you're not doing this as a service, like this would be an amazing thing to sell as a service on your directory site. So both of these blogs, and you can go to HawaiiThrive.com, go to Pizza Madness and look at these. Both of these I created in literally 2 minutes using ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT, I said, write a blog post with 800 words on how to throw a pizza party for a business called Pizza Madness, make it SEO optimized. And like this, look at this. It's going to pop me over here. This blog post is fantastic, right? I pulled this image off their website. Like, looking to throw an unconvertible pizza party? I got all the pro tips, all the stuff down here. And then I created another one in about 4 minutes about their happy hour. So this is a thing about their happy hour, right? And then I created 2 news articles for them. I created a news article on their pizza that they do delivery. Right now they offer delivery. And this one I think is about a bingo night that they do. So again, I just went to their website and their social media profiles, pulled off things that they were doing, went to ChatGPT, said, turn this into a news article, turn this into a blog post, and it did that. I mean, amazing, right? Amazing. So now we have a section where they can post jobs. So here's a job for a server with Aloha Spirit. And if they click on this, they can apply there. And then they have the ability to add events. So here's their daily happy hour, and here's their bingo night at Pizza Madness. So look at all those features that you can, again, have or not have on here. And I'll show you these on the back end. So really, really amazing, right? Now, I mentioned that I have my profile here. So if you want to claim a business or follow a business, you have to log in and create a profile. So I did that. This is what that profile looks like. And you can see it's got all of my information here. And it will show if I own any businesses, they will show up right here. So I actually have Pizza Madness. If you claim, businesses that you follow show up right here. So when I click, it shows me what businesses I follow. And if I have applied to jobs, it'll show me. And if I RSV'd for any events, it'll show me that here as well. So this is kind of what that profile side looks like, just for those of you that might be wondering. And these are the claim business. Oh, that's the claim business request, right? Follow businesses right there. So, all right. So that is kind of the front end stuff. So let me jump into the back end of this and show you how we got all of this stuff set up as quickly as possible. So the thing that really makes your Smart Directory site look good and live and ready to go is having some businesses on it, right? So one of the steps in that process was to get the base of your site looking good. Okay, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to add businesses to this site. So to do that, all we have to do is go over to the contact section of High Level. Is everybody with me here? I do not own Pizza Madness. So for those of you that have been with us for a while, you'll know Pizza Madness is a long-term client of mine. They were on the very first direct mailer I ever did. They did every mailer I ever put out. Kirk, the owner there, is a friend. Like they've been on everything I've done. So I just use them as an example because I know them and I'm very familiar with them. So let me show you how to add the businesses. So again, you just go to contacts. Up in this top menu, this little upside down C with the arrow pointing down is the import contacts tab. So you just open this up and then you make sure this contacts is selected. You click next. Now the list of businesses that our team sends you for the 100 free businesses that you get, you just drop that CSV right in here and then you click next. And you'll see it will be mapped out with all the information that you need. Okay, all the information. And then we just click next. And now we can either just load these in and add a tag to them later and create a listing for them, or we can instantly make them listings from this screen. So if I just click import, they will just be added to my contacts, and I'll show you in a minute how to go there and add a tag. If I want to make them listings right now without doing anything extra, all I have to do is click this third option here, add tags to imported contacts. So whenever you have a contact in High Level and you add the tag business, it automatically creates a listing for them on your SmartDirectory.AI site. So as you can see, here's the business tag. If I just click this, now when I import this list, all of those businesses will instantly have listings on my SmartDirectory.AI. It is as easy as that. Now, I'm not going to import these because I've already got them imported, but I want to show you, like, let's say that you don't want to add the tag right there. You want to add it per contact. How do you do that? Well, that is very easy as well. You just go back to your contacts. And if you have a business that you want to add tags to, so I'm just going to pick some of these. Like if I wanted to add it to this test, if I wanted to add it to this one, this one, this one, and this one, I can just select whatever contacts I want to make a listing. And then I just go to the top and I click this little like price tag that has the plus sign. That is the add tags button. And as soon as you do this, then I can add the business tag and it will add it to those businesses. You do have to put in a little description of what you're doing, right? Let me look at some of these questions. Henry, if you have the workflow set up, they will, but my recommendation is you should be doing that as the last thing. So right now, we're just trying to get a site up and live. Then we'll set up the automations, and moving forward, whenever you create a listing, they will be automatically notified. But you don't want to do that right now because your site's not ready, right? We don't want the first businesses we put in there to go to the site and it not look good. We want the site to be ready. We need to have a base in place. That's why these 5 steps I'm laying out is so critical. Now, once you have everything looking good, then you can just go drop these contacts into that automation. It's super easy to do that, and they will all get notified. But for now, we just want to get the site set up, okay? Then moving forward, anytime you add someone as a listing, they will automatically be sent in those workflows. So if you want to add them multiple businesses, you can just click whatever contacts you want to add. You can also add a business just by going to the contact. So like I'm going to go to this Maui Cakes. And if I want to give Maui Cakes a listing on my Smart Directory site, I just scroll down here to the tag section. Tags, here we go. Tags, right here to business tags. And all I do is search for business. Oh, whoops. That's not the right one. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Here, it's the tags. You see, there's the business right there. And now, if I just go back, this business will have a listing on my site. And if I want to remove a business from my site, I can just go to their contact and then I just remove this tag. And now they will not have a listing on my site. Okay. All right. Jessica, there's no way around some basic formatting. Any directory site software that you use is going to require some type. You're going to have to do some type of formatting. The process we have here is actually, I think, the easiest process around, because when you drop your list in, you can map it out. So if you drop a CSV file in this box right here, it will ask you, what do you want to be mapped with the first name? What do you want to be mapped with this? What do you want to be mapped with that? So you just pick what goes with where, and you can just move forward. So one of the reasons we went this route was because of like a lot of directory solutions out there. Like if you have just even one little thing wrong, you're basically screwed and it messes up. That was part of our frustration when we were trying to do this before. This using high level takes that out. Okay. Patty, you have the option. You have the option. You can either add them as soon as you upload them, or you can add them individually. It is up to you. And you do not have to add them individually from this screen. You can add multiples all at once just by selecting whatever contacts you want. So I gave you 3 different methods for adding listings to your site. Okay. You pick the one you want to do. If you want to add them when you put the CSV in, do that. If you want to pick and choose, do that. But at some point, you're probably going to use all 3 methods based on your need, right? Okay. Jessica says, yeah, but we have to create a new contact if we have an actual business owner name. Jessica, I'm not sure what you mean there. I mean, we're just using a scraper to scrape a list, and then we just upload that. Like, I'm not really, are you prospecting in a different way? Like, how are you building your list, I guess? Like, how are you building your list? That'd be my question. Okay, so, all right, so that is adding the businesses, right? Everybody with me on that. 3 different ways you can add them. You can add them right away when you drop in the CSV. You can pick multiples and add them all at once, or you can add them individually. Okay, I gave you 3 different ways there. All right, now let me go over to the Smart Directory app, because once the business is inside the app, you'll see them in here like this. And you can see up here, we've got premium, free, claim requests, new business requests, business tags. So we can go in here and we can make, let's say that we want to make one of these businesses a premium listing. All we have to do is just toggle this little button on, and boom, I think I just toggled it off. There's a little button here. You just toggle it on, you toggle it off, and you have premium listings, right? Right here. See, toggle on, does it either way. Okay. All right, I just toggle on. You saw appearing and disappearing over there. So that's what that is doing, right? So super easy to make listings premium or free, up to you, right? Here's the Pizza Madness one. I'll show you. You can edit all of the business details by going into the business itself. You can see here's the business details where you put the profile image, a cover image. You can set the tags. You can enter, you can update the business information, do a new business description. You can add various links if you want. You can put in their social URLs right here, attachments. So these are the additional pictures that you see. So on this listing, see these pictures that are over here? Those pictures I added in this attachment section. See, these pictures are these pictures. Okay, that's how you get those pictures over there. This is where you add the team. So you just add team member. This is where you add the news articles. So you just click news feed and it pops up a window and you can put it in. Okay. Here's where you adjust the business hours right here. Then here's where you add blogs. So to add a blog to your site, you just have to create a business, and then you can just add as many blog posts and they show up. So on our directory site, we have a listing for Mina Marketing, our agency, and we add our blog post there. This is where you turn on the Google reviews to be pulled in, or you can turn this off and you can have it only be reviews that people leave on your site. Okay. And then this is where you add the jobs. And then this is where you add events, same as the blog, right? You just click them here. So the reason I want to show you all these, because again, when we're talking about install to income, we want a site that looks good. So we want to have some businesses added. We want to make at least 3 of them premium listings. And we want to kind of fill out their profiles a little more so that when someone comes, like the average business owner that you're reaching out to, like they have no idea whether these people paid you or not. And no one is ever going to ask you, did these people pay you to be on here? Like they will just assume that these are people that are paying you because they're featured listings. So fill them out, make them look good, right? One little like kind of like social proof trick that we've done over the years is we add big chains sometimes to our site, and people just assume that they're paying to be on there even though they're not, right? So you do not need a lot of businesses to make this site look good. Your site does not need 500 businesses. It only needs about 25 to 50. But for everyone who signed up for SmartDirectory.AI, we are giving you a list of your first 100 businesses. So that 100 is plenty. Once you have them on, you're good. You can, and once you get this looking good with your images and the menu the way you want it, you can start doing that. And again, I'll go back through the menu here in a minute. The last thing I want to talk about is branding. So very easy to customize your site. You just go to branding, you go over here to edit, and this is where you can put your logo in, your favicon, you can set your meta descriptions and titles, you can adjust your colors, put all your social links and stuff that you want, and then your domain pages, add extra pages. We'll talk about this when we cover the menus, content, categories, subcategories, all that stuff. Okay, that's all done right in here. And then to set up your free and paid plans, you just go to the plans tab and you can add a plan or you can edit existing ones that you have here. And you just click the little button, super easy. You name it, you pick it, you go through, you hit the little toggles to say what you want to be in the plan. And then you can set a trial period. So if you want to give somebody a 30-day trial for a premium listing and then start charging them, you can do that. All set up here. And this all integrates with Stripe, right? All integrates with Stripe. Okay, that is all of the backend stuff. I do want to say one final thing about these listings. So I saw a couple of people talking about SEO in the Facebook group. And we are working on some additional SEO optimizations to the back end of the app, right? Because these pages are not built in high level. These pages are built in our app. So the app, we do that stuff in the back. But I do want to point out that traditional SEO is going by the wayside. AEO, generative search, AI-based search is the wave of the future. It's not a question of will it, it's just a question of when, and it is rapidly taking over traditional search. And it does not work the same way as old SEO. And for AEO, having a directory site like this is freaking gold. So when you're talking about the factors that cause something to rank high and get traction in AEO, everything that is on this premium listing page is something that does that. The maps, the Google Maps integration, the working hours, the reviews, the blog posts that are here, the news posts that are here. Again, all of these are keyword optimized so easily. I just did it with ChatGPT. And then I created an AEO optimized business description. So when you're talking AEO, if you're an SEO nerd out there, you should just model this little layout. What's on the menu? These are all questions that someone would ask. Like somebody might go to ChatGPT and say, hey, what's on the menu at Pizza Madness? That's why this is here. They might go, hey, can you tell me why people in Kihei love Pizza Madness? Like when you're thinking of getting your site to show up for those things, you want to think about the questions people ask. So having these common questions here, having all of this stuff up here, like these sites are going to be gold with AEO, right? Now they're not going to start doing that right out of the gate because with anything, it takes time. So just, again, just kind of like with high level, let's ease up a little on the SEO stuff, right? Like these things are built to rank and show up. They're high authority sites, especially in a local area. And if you were to build a niche site like this, maybe like of plumbers, like I think you'd be able to rank really, really well. We're going to do more training on that down the road. I don't want to get in the weeds with that here. I only bring that up to just kind of show you the possibilities. But again, we want to do that. We have to have a site live first, right? And to do that, we need to be following the 5 steps. All right. The 5 steps. Okay. Woo. All right. So that was a lot on the back end there. So I'm going to take a quick drink here, and then we're going to get back to our slides. Any questions that I see? No. I mean, I don't think they have to be index dynamic. I'm not actually quite sure on that. Brenda, you could add a page where you could add podcast links, but I don't know about to the listings yet. Okay. So again, I cannot stress this enough. We want to stay focused on what is the core function of our directory site. The core function is to get clients. For us to be able to use it to get clients, we need to have it live with some businesses on it and have it looking good. Like get the basic site set up and start prospecting. And then if you want to add a podcast page, if you want to add a YouTube video page, do that. Do not try to add those things right out of the gate. There is no you do not need them. You do not need them to start making money. And I think Jackie at the beginning and Brian in the comments are proof of that. They're already making contacts and getting leads with the system. And I don't even think their sites are live. So like, you don't need that stuff. I know you think you do, but you don't. Get the basic site set up, start loading businesses and running them through the automations. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to run through a quick overview of how we use SmartDirectory.AI with our Honeypot prospecting system. So we can, a little reminder again, because this really is the main thing of this. Right? We want to keep the main thing, the main thing. The main thing is generating income, selling AI subscription services, making some money with this deal. So the way we do this is because once we add someone to our SmartDirectory.AI, we can then run them through a series of automations, right? That turn them in from a free to a paying client. So I just saw an email from somebody today about how all the gurus are lying about cold email, something that we have been preaching for over a year. Cold email does not work because it takes so much to do it. But if you can send out something highly personalized that gets opened and responded to, your email rates will go through the roof. You'll get clients. You will not get put in the spam folder. And more importantly, like you will actually start to get traction with your prospecting. And the hardest part for anyone when they're sending out cold email is getting that original attention. With SmartDirectory.AI, it does it for you. So you add a business to your site. It fires an automation that sends them this email. Hey, your business is now listed on HawaiiThrive.com. Claim it for free. Everything you see in yellow in this email is custom stuff that the software puts in the email. So this email is highly personalized to the business owner. People that are using this template are getting around 40 to over 60% open rates. And they're not hitting the spam folder. And more importantly, not only do people open them, but they click the links and they respond, which is what you want when you're emailing. The reason everyone struggles with email is because people don't open them. They don't respond. They don't do anything. They just ignore them. Smart Directory takes all of that off the table for you. Your emails will get attention. They will get open. They will get clicked, right? So once they are put in, you can see it adds them to our list. So we built a huge list of interested businesses. So these are not businesses, like these are businesses that have raised their hand. These are not cold leads anymore. I cannot stress that enough. When you send out that email and someone claims their listing, they are now a hot lead. You can see just using that one method, we've built a list of over 7,000 hot lead contacts. Just doing that method of sending out that little email with a free listing. And we did it with no cold calling, no paid ads, just the free listing method, right? And now that we have their attention, now that they've opened our email, now that they've claimed their business, we are no longer a stranger. We are an invited guest. They know who we are. So when our next emails start coming, they pay attention. So that is when we start selling and marketing, now that we have their attention. Now, SmartDirectory.AI takes that lead and runs them through our paid listing automations. This automation acknowledges their free listing and it makes them an offer for a premium listing. So this slide kind of shows how that works, right? Somebody took the free offer, they asked us about the upgrade, then they purchased the upgrade. That's a premium listing. Here's one where they said, I would love to upgrade my listing at $49 for 13 months. And thank you. Like they're thanking us for selling them something. And then that bottom right square is a screenshot of a list we sent that very email to. And look, we got 97 free offer yeses. 16 people took the upgrade. At the time of this screenshot, this person had collected 13 of the invoices. That means they had already paid the invoices, and this was all automated just through the automations. That is how you go from free to paid and from install to income as quickly as possible. Pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know anything else that does this. And your ability to sell things on the back end of this is through the roof. Look at this. John Hardiman, who is on this call right now, I saw him in the chat. He got a $250 setup fee along with $97 per month. That's a $1,400 win. Even small recurring income can add up, right? Here's Lars. He got $597 a month, and he told him, if you pay me up front, I'll give you 2 months free. $5,900 win. These are subscription services that these people are selling on the back end. Here's Mark, who I think is also on this call, collecting money plus an AI win. Last week collected about $800 in setup fees for 2 new clients. This week I collect another $800 from 2 other new clients. He also did a Yelp thing for $649 a month. I mean, that's a $9,300 win, right? And then here is Paul, who also is on this call, right? Big win. He got a $1,000 monthly recurring revenue plus $500 setup fee for review reputation, which you can deliver via High Level, by the way. Review and reputation is a service that High Level does for you. Plus, he set up a local reach plan, second one in 2 weeks. So this is his second one. So this is a $12,500 win for the year, and this is his second one. Like, that is solid, right? Using this strategy. So imagine what your life would be like doing this, right? Just wake up in the morning, get a cup of coffee, go log into your SmartDirectory.AI dashboard, respond to people that are responding to you. No more awkward conversations, no more sweating it out because you got to cold call somebody. Like, you just let the system do all of that initial hard work and heavy lifting for you. All right, now I have a special announcement. So who here in the comments has not signed up for SmartDirectory.AI yet? Yes, Paul is outside this country. Stephanie, I will answer that question. Stephanie, basically, if you want to jump into the new one, we'll work it out with you. So just send a ticket into offlinesharks.com/support. Go to that link, make a ticket, and the team will give you the options and work it all out for you. Okay? Yeah, Paul is in Turkey. Yes, you do need a high-level account. However, the basic account works fine. And if you don't have high-level, sign up for Smart Directory. We'll give you a 30-day free trial. That's plenty of time to get your site set up, get that first client, and then you're just using other people's money to pay for this. If, you know, I will guarantee if you get in and you don't get it within 30 days, we'll make sure that you get taken care of. Like we will help you. I actually have a video about that in the members area now. So we got you covered. Okay. Let's see. Dorn, I know you have. David says I haven't. Robert says I'm in. Okay, some people haven't. Okay, well, all right. So I wanted to make a special announcement. So on the live training the other day, and after this special announcement, then I'm going to go through the blogs, events, jobs, menus, and some of those other functions. So stick around. There is more training on the way. So the special announcement is this. On that webinar, right, we rolled out some limited bonuses. We had like 75 limited fast action bonus packs. And they went way faster than we expected. So here's what we did in the background. We went out, we hired a new team member to help us deliver more stuff. His name is Ron. You'll probably see him in support. So we hired a new team member. We worked out more stuff on the back end, and we are just going to give those bonuses to everyone that signs up for SmartDirectory.AI before this special one-time offer closes, which is going to be in a few days. So if you get in on the ground floor, you will get all of the fast action bonuses as long as you sign up before this one-time special offer closes. And as you know, we're also doing a special pricing. The public price for Smart Directory AI is $199 per month. But if you sign up right now, you can get in for only $99 per month and get all the bonuses. So let me kind of go through those bonuses just to remind everybody what you're getting. So you sign up for SDA or for Smart Directory AI today. Not only are you going to get all these core functions right out of the gate, along with the backend management features to make setup and running this a breeze, not to mention you'll get all of these features when they're rolled out included at no additional cost to existing Smart Directory AI users. But you're also going to get $6,500 in bonuses for this one-time special offer. So bonus number one is our custom automatic client workflows. So these are, I mentioned that we sell traditional agency services on the back end, SEO, paid ads, and we sell AI subscription services. We have workflows for all of those. So these are the workflows that you will get. Premium upgrade push, SaaS push, new listing added, plus the marketing services path. Okay. So you will get these workflows. These are pulled from our working 7-figure agency. We are going to include these as bonus number one. Awesome bonus, right? Bonus number two, a weekly live coaching call. The first one is tomorrow. The call tomorrow is with Richie, who I believe is on this call as well. Richie has crushed it with our Honeypot strategy of using directories to get clients. He is killing it. He's going to be running this call tomorrow. If you have questions about SDAI, if you want more, you can show up there, ask him. He's going to go over, again, a lot of the basics of setup and help out there. Plus, you get access to the school group. I didn't have that. I meant to add that to this graphic, but I haven't had a chance. So plus, you're going to get access to the school group. Now, to top that off, we're also going to include 25 ways to get free traffic. So we mainly build our list by doing the free listing method, adding businesses, giving them a free listing. But we have experimented with other ways to drive traffic to our directory site. And some of them have worked really well. Some of them haven't. We took out 25 that have worked really well. We put them in the special report. So you can use those to get even more traction. Bonus number 4, this is the biggie. This is why we brought on a new team member, not just help with support, but to help with this. When you sign up for SmartDirectory.AI today, you get a list of your first 100 businesses. So inside the members area, there's a form you fill out. You get your list back within 24 to 48 hours. So 100, the team has been really kind of over delivering on this. So I know you're going to get at least 100, but you'll probably get a little bit more. Now, with this bonus and with you following the 5 steps that I laid out at the beginning of this training, there is no reason you cannot be up and running quickly, right? No reason at all. Plenty of time, even if you're new to high level and you just get the 30-day free trial, plenty of time to have this all up and running, especially with this bonus, right? Now, our investment in this software to build it, just the software alone, is over $72,000 so far. And you're getting all of this in one bundle plus the $6,500 in bonuses for just $99 a month for this one-time special offer. If you haven't jumped in and you want to jump in now, go to offlinesharks.com/getsmart. Once this offer closes, this price will be gone and you will be paying the $199 a month price that the general public pays. So this is your chance. This is going to close in a few days. Go to offlinesharks.com/getsmart and jump in right now. Again, the public price for SmartDirectory.AI is $199. But because you're in our community, you're here on this, you get to save $100 a month and you get all of the bonuses, right? Now, when you go to that page, I mentioned that the public price is $199 a month. So what that means is if a random person wants to set up more than one Smart Directory AI site, they pay $199 per month per site, okay? That is what they will pay, no exceptions. But we know some of you in our community are real go-getters that you're going to want to set up more than one SmartDirectory.AI site. So we put something on there that is not, I repeat, this is not available to the general public. And as far as I know right now, it never will be. This is just for you go-getters out there that want to build more than one site. This option gives you unlimited Smart Directory license keys. You can set them up and you can even sell them to your clients. You can see that screenshot there. That's Lars. He recently sold one of these for a $495 setup fee, and then he charged them $297 a month. Again, he's just delivering that in one of his sub accounts for this client. So he gave them a discount for prepaying hosting for 3 years. So they just cut him a check for $10,495. Now the unlimited license is $299 a month. $10,495 covers that for quite a while, right? Everything else is a lot of profit for him. So you can see how one site can easily cover that $299 a month unlimited investment. So again, if you want to jump in, go to offlinesharks.com/getsmart. Again, we were opening up the bonuses for everyone. So you'll get all the bonuses, $6,500 in bonuses for this one-time special offer, only $99 a month, offlinesharks.com/getsmart. Okay. All right. I'm going to see if there's any questions there. I'm going to do some Q&A here at the end too. I just want to make sure I get through all of this. And now that I got that out of the way, we do have a little more training to go through. So I want to talk about the blogs, events, jobs, pages, and menus, because I've seen a lot of people asking about this in the group. So first things first, the menu. So right now we have limited customization of the menu. But again, today on our call with the devs, we started talking to the devs about building out a better menu system, one that's more friendly to all the different kinds of things you may want to do with your Smart Directory. So that is in the works. It is coming. Right now, this is what we have. So this page that you're looking at, I'm at offlinesharks.com/support, and I just clicked on here, I'll show you this. Let me go here. This is offlinesharks.com/support. When I go to this page, you can see there's a new section here with all the new help articles about SmartDirectory.AI. And if I click on that, I can see all the new things that have been added here. So I wanted to talk to you about the menu. And here it is. So on this page, I wanted to break down what this means. So here's a screenshot of the menu. All right. So as you can see on this homepage, this home menu cannot be moved. Okay. This home menu, this home button or tag here is always visible. These next 4 that you see here are categories and subcategories. So you set these up on the back end. So for us, Maui, Maui County, Hawaii Island, Kauai, these 4 things right here, these are not normally in the menu. We created these by making categories and subcategories in the back end of the app. And the way we did that, right, was to go to settings and, oh, no, we're in branding, I believe. Category, you can see, here's those categories. This is how we created them. Oahu, Maui County, Hawaiian Island, Kauai. I can add a new one. And then we made subcategories, right? And now you can see on the front of our menu, that's what's here. Oahu, there's the subcategories. Maui County, there's the subcategories. So we created this layout in the back end, in the dashboard, in branding, in categories and subcategories. Okay, so for all of you that have been asking, there is a video in the members area that shows how to do this, but I wanted to go over this live because I saw a lot of questions on this. So that's how you set up these things here. If you add more, it'll add more things here, right? Now, blog, events, and jobs and news. If there is a blog, if any business has a blog post, if any business has an event, if any business has a job listing, if any business has a news article, these will show up. I believe, Cameron, I don't know if you're still on here, but if they don't have one, they're not supposed to show up, right? I don't know if Cameron's still here.
Yes, sorry, I am still here.
Okay.
Correct. Yes, that is correct.
So, but if you make a blog post, it will show up. If you make an event, it'll show up. Otherwise, they do not show up in the menu. Okay. So news, jobs, events, blogs, those are that way. The pricing tab, this is always visible because we always want to be able to sell a premium listing. So this pricing tab is always visible with your build monthly and build yearly listings. And again, I showed you how to set all this up in the back end. We just did all of this under this plans tab right here. Okay. All right. I don't have this golden one on. I just have free and silver. And so those are the plans that you see right here, free and silver, right? And there's the monthly price and there's the yearly price. Okay. Everybody with me on that. All right. So Brian, we're working on coupons and offers. That's one of the features that's in development. Okay. And then the about and contact. So on our site here, when I go back to the home page, this about and this contact, these are new pages that we added. Okay. So these do not exist by themselves. We added these pages. How did we add these pages? So if you wanted to add a page for podcasts or YouTube videos, you would do that the same way I'm about to show you here. This is how you can add a page. Okay. So you go back to your high-level sub-account where your SmartDirectory.AI lives. When you import the snapshot, under sites, you see the sites on the left here? You're going to get a folder called SmartDirectory.AI. In this folder are already two pages created, an about and a contact us. So you can go in here and edit these pages however you want, right? You just open them up and you can edit them, change any information you want, however you want to do this, make them look however you want. If you want to add another page, all you do is click Add New Step. And now you can create a new page. So I'm just going to create new page. And you would set your path. I'm just going to call it new page. You can import something from ClickFunnels if you want. But anyway, so you'd set this up and you could do create funnel step. And now you have this new page. Now you can create a page, create it from blank. You can set up a variation. You don't need to worry about that. But now you can build the page that you want right here. So you just create from blank and start building your page. Now to add that page to your Smart Directory, you just go back into your Smart Directory app. I keep forgetting to get close to the mic. Sorry, guys. So you go back to your Smart Directory app. You go to branding. You go to pages right here, and you just click this button that says add new page. That's going to pull up this enable selector. So you turn that on, and now you just, whatever you want to call this page. So I'm going to call it new page. And then this bottom one, it says select funnel. When I highlight this, you'll see here's the SmartDirectory.AI funnel. So I'm going to pick that. And that opens another drop down. And when I click that, you can see here's all the pages that you were looking at before. Here's the new page I created. I click that. And then I select this. And now I just click add. And boom, the page is added. Okay. So for those of you asking, again, there is a video in the members area that shows exactly how to do this, but I saw a lot of people asking, so I wanted to go back over this here. So that covers all of the pages, what they are, how they got there, what they're doing. Okay. Dorn says, I just sold one of these to our town's Chamber of Commerce for $3.99 a month plus free membership. Dorn, that is freaking awesome. I think the one Lars did was a chamber. He did one for his chamber. I've seen a few of those come through. And I know Jackie and Jocelyn are crushing it with this, right? So way to go, Dorn. Way to go. Okay. So I covered all of the menu stuff. And again, earlier I showed you how to add blog posts. So again, we have created a listing for our marketing agency, Mina Marketing. And when we go to that business and click the pencil, we can add a news feed, right? This is how we got all of our news feed articles there. We can create our blog posts right here. All right. And again, those are what you're seeing when you go to the blog page. You're not only seeing ours, but you're seeing if any other business has posted a blog as well. And the news feed, same thing. Okay. You see these on the news feed. These are right in here under news feed. Okay, John. So the members area is at offlinesharks.com. So when you sign up for SmartDirectory.AI, you should get a welcome email with your username and password, or if you have an existing account at offlinesharks.com, you just use that, log in, and you will see. So you can see this here. Look, I'm going to go to my courses. I already have it pulled up here. Oh, hold on. It's going to make me log back in. I got to stop sharing for a minute so you don't see my password. Hold on, everyone. I'm going to log back in here. Timed me out. Okay, now I can share my screen again. All right. So you can see I'm in my members area. I just go to my courses. So if you already have an existing account, I can just search for Smart. Just search for Smart. There it is, SmartDirectory.AI. You may just see it. You probably won't have as many courses as I do there because I have a lot. And then you just click on this. And here is the members area. Now, I want to point out, sorry, I keep forgetting to stay close to the mic. Stay close to the mic, Tom. Stay close to the mic. Let me take a drink real quick. Again, if you haven't joined SmartDirectory.AI, go to offlinesharks.com/get-smart. Sign up now. You'll get the $6,500 in bonuses, plus a special price, only $99 a month, plus all this training, which I'm going to kind of cover right now. So inside the SmartDirectory.AI membership, we broke this up into some easy to manage sections. So there's the welcome and getting started. Very important that you watch these videos. I see a lot of people asking, what niche should I go after? What area should I pick? What should I name it? I cover that in these videos, okay? I talk about what the purpose of the site is, and I talk about how I would recommend you do that. Should I make it national? Should I make it local? I talk about all that in these videos. So if you haven't watched these videos, watch those. They're not just random videos. They have a purpose, and they explain things. Next up is the Honeypot training system. So in here, this again is all about the main thing, which is the prospecting and selling and making money. So I talk about the Honeypot system overview, our pricing plan. I see the people in the group asking, what should I price my premium listings for? This video explains all the different strategies you can go at that with. We've tried a lot of different stuff. We found a few things that work really well. I talk about them right in here. This talks about how to use the events and jobs for prospecting. right? How can we use those to make more contact with potential clients and prospects? Here's the video on prospecting before your site is live. And then we also have a bonus resource section, which has a bunch of things. So this is all your bonuses. This is where you find all your bonuses. Here's the 25 ways to get free traffic. There's some sales scripts, which I didn't even talk about. Some social media scripts. Again, I didn't even talk about these. These you can use for prospecting. There's a promotion and SEO checklist. Again, I didn't even talk about that. Plus, we give you some Hawaii Thrive newsletters. So whenever we add people, and even if they buy premium or don't, we add them to a newsletter that we send out on a regular basis. So this is an entire year of our newsletters that you can use as an example. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. The automations and things are already loaded when you load the snapshot. So you'll see those in there. And then, yeah, you can get your free businesses as well. There's a link where you just go and get your free businesses. And I'll show you that here in just a second, because there's even more down here. So let me go back to the main tab here. So that's the Honeypot Prospecting System, right? Then here's the section on setting up your smart directory. Again, our goal here is to get our site live, have 25 or so businesses in it so that it looks active. So there's businesses on it and it looks good. We have our logo. We have everything set up the way we want. This section will tell you exactly what to do there. This shows you what to do. If you don't have high level, you can get a free 30-day trial. Plenty of time to get up, start making money, right? This is important. Watch this video before beginning setup. Our 5-step process. Can't stress this enough. I see the question. Do I need to put it in its own sub account? This video answers that question right here, right? Here's how to create the sub account if you don't know how to do that. And then installing your directory, setting everything up. Here's all the pages about the domain. Here's how to set up the pages, the categories, the subcategories, pricing plans, all covered here, right? Now, what if you are a user of our existing agency growth machine software and you want to move your agency growth machine site over to SmartDirectory.AI? Well, we got you covered. So if you want to move an existing AI site, it's basically the same 5 steps, right? Set up a sub account, install the app, you go into your AGM site, export all the data, very easy to do. You can export your categories data, then you just upload that into SmartDirectory.AI. You get it looking the way you want. And then once the site is set up the way you want, then you transfer your domain over to your new Smart Directory AI site and your site is live. Very, very simple process. And again, this video lays that out. Cameron did a great job on this video that lays out that whole process for you step by step. That is how we moved Hawaii Thrive over to the new platform. So we used our own site to test all this, make sure it all works. Okay. This next section is on operating your Smart Directory site. So this will tell you about adding listings, how to bulk import, adding pages, all those things that I covered, right? And then this next section is additional features. So blogs, jobs, and events for premium listings, and then helping us improve and a special thing on getting support. So we do have a section where you can go and request features and things like that. That is in here. And then to access all of your main bonuses for jumping in and being on the ground floor of this, this is one I didn't talk about as well. Just a little surprise when you get in there. But this is our surefire closed sales script and strategy session walkthrough. So if you're worried about getting on a Zoom call to sell subscription services, watch this. Your mind will be blown at how easy this process is. Because of SmartDirectory.AI, there's no pressure. We don't have to do any high pressure things. We just go through. So this is in there. There's the 25 ways to get free traffic. And this is where you go to request your first 100 businesses. Again, when you go to request these, it says right here, I thought there was something on here that said, oh, on the form itself, it says you can expect your leads within 48 hours. Okay. All right. So that's the members area. If you haven't been in there, check that out. I mean, this all in addition to the amazing app and all that stuff as well. And yeah, you get everything. $99 a month. Go to offlinesharks.com/get smart. So Patty says, I loaded my 100 free leads into Smart Directory. Patty, were there logos in the CSV? They do have to be in the CSV to be loaded. So I don't know of a lead scraper that pulls the logos. So probably not. You probably will have to add some images there. And that's what I mean when we want to seed those first businesses. We want to seed them and make sure everything is looking right. Like the time you spend here on these first few businesses, making them look really good, even though you haven't prospected them yet, is well worth it. It'll make the whole rest of the process work better. Ask Richie. He'll talk about that tomorrow. Like it really makes the whole thing go better. All right. Let's do some Q&A. Let's do some Q&A here. So let me just make this big so we're not straining our eyes to see it. And then if you have questions for me, please pop them in and I'm going to try to go through those as quick as I can. If you haven't already, go to offlinesharks.com/get-smart and jump in. So, okay. All right. Okay. So, let me see here. JC says how to sell marketing services to your directory listings. So JC, I talked about this a little. We have an automation that we run them through that gets them to sign up for a strategy call. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. One is, let me give you some examples and some ways that I would do this. Okay. Let's say that you add a business, they get the automation that says, bam, you have a free listing. Please go here and claim it. They claim that business, but they don't purchase a premium business listing. A lot of people ignore that free listing that just got claimed. But that free listing that just got claimed is like a crisp $100 bill, maybe multiple $100 bills. So what I would do is I would either do this in the beginning or I would have somebody on my team do this. I would call that person up that just claimed their listing and say, hey, I'm Tom from HawaiiThrive.com. I saw you claimed your free listing. I just wanted to welcome you. We're excited. We're growing something big here. We're excited to help local businesses. I just want to make sure that the team set everything looks good. Like everything looks good. You don't have any questions. I don't know if you noticed, but we had this special thing for $99 where you get all this extra stuff. Would you be interested in that? Or you could say, hey, I went and took a look at your listing and I noticed that your website looks a little out of date. Would you be interested in having it updated? Or I went to your website, I went to your listing, I checked out your website and I noticed that you don't have an AI chat widget on your website. Now, if you're really smart, the list of businesses that you load onto your SmartDirectory.AI site will have the problem that you're trying to sell them. So instead of just putting random businesses, if you're selling or you want to sell an AI chat widget, go find a list of businesses that don't have an AI chat widget. You can even use the high-level prospecting tool for that. It shows whether they have a chat widget or not. All right. Load those businesses in, and then the ones that claim their listing, give them a courtesy call to just see if everything's good and welcome them. And then at the end, just say, hey, I noticed when I went to your listing and I checked out your website, great looking website, by the way, but I noticed you don't have an AI chat widget. Did you know like 53% of people prefer to communicate with the business through those little AI chat widgets? We actually have a special going on right now. One of our sponsors, Mina Marketing, where you can get one set up for 14 days for free. Would you like to take us up on that offer? Or you could just call them up and say, hey, I'm just giving you a courtesy call. Wanted to make sure everything's good. We're excited. You know, one of the sponsors of our site is Mina Marketing. And when you claim your listing, they give a free 30-minute strategy session to kind of go over your online presence and show you how you can get more customers. There's no obligation. It's completely free. Would you like for me to book that for you right now? You could even just send them an email like that. After they claim their listing, just send them an email and say, hey, I saw you claimed your listing. As part of that, you get a free marketing strategy from our sponsor, Mina Marketing. Click this link to sign up now. No obligation. So there's one way, right? That's just the free listings. Now, let's say that they claim their listing and they take the upgrade. Now, those leads are really hot, right? They just paid you money. You just took someone who had no idea who you were. You gave them a free listing. They claimed it, and now they've paid for a premium listing. So you just have an email that goes out to those people that say, look, your premium listing is live. I would love to do an activation call with you and just make sure everything is correct. Or just call them up and say, hey, I'm Tom from Hawaii Thrive. I saw that you purchased a premium listing. Welcome. We're so excited to have you in the community. Aren't they awesome? You get all these amazing features. I just wanted to do a quick little activation call. It only takes about 5 minutes to just make sure you're utilizing all the features of your premium listing to their utmost capability. Can we do that real quick? Awesome. Well, look, let me show you. Do you have your hours in? Have you done this? Anything you want me to update for you? So, okay, all this is good. Fantastic. Hey, by the way, I see before I got on here, I clicked on your website and I noticed you don't have an AI chatbot. Why not, man? Like those things, like that is the way, that's today. Like that's not the future. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like 53% of the people that come to your website prefer to connect with the business that way. And you don't even have one. Well, we could set you up with one for 14 days for free. See how we do that? So courtesy call, activation call. Now, we also have automations that go to all the listings based on whether they're free, paid, that offer to sell them traditional marketing services or AI services strictly through email. But look, I wouldn't be afraid to pick up the phone because these are not cold calls. You're not cold calling anybody. They have claimed a listing or bought a premium listing. Like they are extremely hot leads. It will be entirely different conversations than you've ever had. And that's also why we put in the bonus about doing the strategy session, because that's really where you can sell some high dollar subscription stuff. How do we make 1.6 million a year from this model? Well, because we sell some pretty high dollar subscription services that include AI and a bunch of other stuff that High Level does. So we do that through those strategy sessions. And that bonus in there of the Surefire Close and strategy session is the exact process we use for it. So if you feel like you're not good at sales, watch that, because we are not good at sales. And that process, along with this, works like gangbusters. All right. Okay. If you do the $99 a month, is there still a first client guarantee? Taylor, yeah. So here's the deal. So yeah, we will basically, what we were saying is like, look, if you sign up for a high level 30-day trial, you implement this and you don't get your first client before your paid subscription comes in, then we'll take care of you. We'll make sure you have access to SmartDirectory.AI until you get your first client, and then you can move back to a paid plan. Again, I have a video in the members area explaining all of that, but we got you, right? Like if you do the actions and follow the steps, those 5 steps to get live and do this, like this will work. Okay. George says, do I need to put the AGM into a first sub account? George, you cannot. So there's a video. Go to the members area, watch the videos. I have a video called, do you need a sub account? Do you need a new sub account for this? So AGM will not go into high level. AGM doesn't do it. You have to have the SmartDirectory.AI software. That's what enables you to do that. So I know because it's built in high level and all that, but like there is so much functionality that is not in high level. That's what the software brings, right? That's what you're getting. You cannot do this in high level without our software. There is no other, by the way, there is no other solution out there. We are the first to the market. First to the market. How do we sell ads on this site? So we do not have ads set up right now, but that is coming. Michael says, how do biz imports end up in... I actually showed that in the training. We will post a replay of this, but I just added a CSV. That's how they got there. It's like a bulk upload. Yeah. We do not sell domains. So you can either buy one from, a domain registrar. We like to use Namecheap, or you can also purchase them inside of High Level. High Level does sell domains. If I am in the email warm-up period for my new directory domain email, can I start the send of the 100 emails straight in the workflow, or do I need to warm it up? So I highly recommend that you do not just start blasting out hundreds of emails, especially if it's brand new. I would just trickle out a few a day. I know Richie might have some really good insight on this. So show up to tomorrow's live call. He might be able to talk in more detail on this because I know he's got some good thoughts on this. But I wouldn't just start. I would try to make it look natural. Maybe send out 5, 10 a day for a while you build those things up. The training tomorrow is at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can find the link in the school group. There's a calendar and the links are in there. Dorn says, wait at least 14 days and throttle your sending. There you go. David says, school membership. That's right. It was not, because we just added that. So Cameron is, David, we mentioned this in the beginning. Cameron is working on getting everyone added. It's not done yet, but you will have access. So just hang in there. He's working on it. Dorn says, tomorrow we have 2 calls. The first is a Q&A. It starts at 10 a.m. and the second is a training at 3 p.m. There you go. So 2 options tomorrow, 10 a.m., 3 p.m. Michael, this does not come with AI Profit Center. That is a separate coaching program all about how to sell AI subscription services. SmartDirectory.AI, though, is the perfect front-end prospecting method to that course. So if you do, like, all AI Profit Center members get access to SmartDirectory.AI for a year. So if you join that coaching program, you'll have access to SmartDirectory.AI for a year. And we show you how to use Smart Directory as the front-end prospecting and sell AI services on the back end. So yes, high level uses Zapier and Webhook. You have all of that capability. Now we built in, I think 8 or 9 custom triggers so that you don't have to go use Zapier. Like, we wanted you to be able to use SmartDirectory.AI right out of the gate. So we built in what are called premium triggers. That means you don't have to have Zapier. You don't have to have any of this other stuff. You just use the premium triggers, and it works just like if you were using Zapier in high level. So, let me look through here. EJ says, I have a peninsula with 5 cities. I have 2 AGMs now for 2 of the cities. Should I make one directory for all 5 cities or separate ones? What would you do? EJ, I mean, it depends on how close everything is together. If there's like some distance, I recommend trying to keep the areas as local as possible. I think there's more value in that. But, you know, operating multiple sites, like, that's more work, right? So you got to, what's the trade-off for you? You know, I definitely would, I don't know, 5 cities is a lot, right? We have, if you look at our site, we've got the Hawaiian Islands. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, these are all Oahu. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4. So these could be like cities: Kauai, Hawaii, Maui, and Oahu. So we use 4 of the islands. So you can set it up just like we have here if you want to consolidate into one. But like, you know, to me, this works because all of these are in Hawaii, which is not very big. So if you are in, like, the way I kind of recommend this, and I go over this in the video in the members area about naming your site and stuff, is like, you can keep your branding broad, but keep your prospecting very targeted. So when we first set up HawaiiThrive.com, we were only prospecting businesses on Maui. We didn't come out of the gate trying to get every business in Hawaii to sign up. Like, we started in our own backyard in Maui. And then when we were getting that going and had a process going, then we started prospecting on Oahu. And then we just slowly added. Now, the site was branded Hawaii, so as we added, it just looked normal, right? But in the beginning, it was just Maui. There were only Maui businesses on here while we were getting traction. So I think, like, you can add them, but, you know, I'd go that route. Oh, welcome, Tyler. Look, if you're in, let me know in the chat. I would love to know how many new members we have. Cameron, maybe you can update me that number. Would be great too. How do you get access? So right now we do not have advertising spots. That's something that'll probably be coming later. Again, we do not we didn't build this site to SEO and rank it. We didn't build this directory to sell advertising. We built this directory to get clients and sell high dollar subscription services on the back end. And that is what it does extremely well. If you want to sell advertising, yes, we're going to have that functionality eventually, but I think that's really not a lot of money. You're setting your sites too low. The big pile of cash is in the subscription services on the back end of this thing. So don't overlook that. Maybe rethink that a little, right? Lynette says, Tom, you're correct. List Pro software is flawed. Yeah. There's always a trade-off. I wish, I'm with you guys. As a marketer, I wish there was the perfect lead. I wish there was a software that I could just tell it, give me plumbers in Las Vegas, and it would give me perfect information and all their images and accurate phone numbers. But every list building tool we've ever used, and we have used a lot, we've even built our own before, they all have flaws, right? They all, there's pros and cons to all of them. Now, there are several list building apps that you can get inside of High Level if you want to try those out. Dorn was mentioning, or Richie, I think, was mentioning to me the other day, and I don't remember the name of it, but there was some free one that people were talking about, Dorn, but he said he wasn't having very good luck with it. Yes, Carolyn. You can update contacts that are already in with the CSV. When you add a CSV, it gives you the option to update the contacts, I think. If it's an existing contact, you want to update it. That is a function of High Level. Not right now. You cannot edit the home. So this page, just so everybody is clear, this page is not a High Level web page. This page is generated by our software. This is not a traditional High Level web page. These listing pages, like this page, is not a High Level web page. You can't create this page in High Level. These individual listing pages, again, these cannot be created. Well, I guess you could try, but these are not High Level web pages. These are hard coded from the ground up as part of our software. That's why they look so good. That's why when I say this functionality isn't in High Level, that's what I mean. High Level lacks this functionality. We're bringing it to it with this software. Now, these pages, the about and the contact, these are High Level web pages that are just edited in High Level. But these other pages, the events page, the job page, the blog page, the news page, the pricing page, all of those are created in our app. Those are not High Level web pages. Yes, I don't see why you couldn't do that, Eric. There is a thing on our, look at this. So let me go to the support document. Is SmartDirectory.AI available in languages other than English? This says currently SmartDirectory only supports English. So you'd have to do that yourself. You would have to update those things yourself. But future updates may include multilingual functionality. So a great list of frequently asked questions here. Sometimes if you can't find them in the group, you can find them here. All right, let me see. Dorn's talking about the meetings. George says, my current business has over 8,000 business over 50 different categories. Does SD have a category limitation? Cameron, as far as I know, we do not have a category limitation, correct?
Yeah, there's not one that I know about, no.
Okay, so George, here's what I would recommend to you. I would move things over in small batches if you can. Like that is a lot of businesses, so like I would, just patiently move things over, make sure everything's working right and all that stuff before you close down your existing site and transfer your domain over. Because when you're in high level setting this up, let me show you guys this. This is why I said you don't have to connect your domain. You don't have to have anything set up to build your site, because you can always see your site just by clicking on this preview button. And that takes you to an actual preview of your site. So you don't need to have a domain connected to see this. So you can just build and get things set up in here using this to see your progress before you move everything over. Okay. All right. Again, everybody, this is everything you get, only $99 a month. This special offer is going to close in just a few days. When it does, the price will be $199 a month, the public price. You won't get the $6,500 in bonuses. So if you haven't jumped in, go to offlinesharks.com/get smart. I'm going to pop through any last minute questions. Once we pay this in, maybe there will end up being a category listing information. Well, there may be. Yeah. Go easy on us, guys. Come on. Woo, geez. All right. I see that. There's the link, offlinesharks.com/get smart. So Chris, I think you're asking about like in the header where we had the map that had all the pins in it. So that was custom functionality of our last software. We have been talking to the developers about bringing that into the new software, but honestly, we weren't even using that on our own site. We were using the slider and the header. Most members weren't using the map functionality. So we do have Google Maps integration on the listing pages, and you see the Google Maps with the pin in it. And we're working to see if we're able to do that in this new code with this layout, but I'm not sure on that. But as I said, we weren't using that anyway. And a lot of people building them were opting to go for slider images. So we just decided not to bring that in off the bat. Okay, let's see. Any other questions? When changing clients, do you use Stripe for all payment methods, and can they all be handled within high level? Yes. So for the SmartDirectory.AI, it integrates with Stripe, and that is all handled through high level. So you can either you can bill your clients through the high level invoicing feature, and that connects with Stripe and all that stuff. Or if you have an outside invoicing system, you can use that too. We also, like for a long time, we billed through Square. So we have some clients paying in Square, some paying through a high level. So you can do that however you want. We talked about that. And let's see. Can you add third level domain? Tim, I don't even know what that means. So I'm guessing that is like outside of the 5 steps I laid out here. What is a, Cameron, do you know, what is a third level domain? You can set this up on a subdirectory though, right, Cameron? We always get that question.
Yeah, sorry. I think a third level domain is a subdomain.
Am I bugging you? Are you trying to get stuff done and I keep asking?
No, I'm sorry. I removed myself there, so I got to click about 3 buttons to get muted.
I was gonna say I can stop bugging you if you're trying to work.
No, but I think a third level domain, I'd have to Google it, but I think he just means a subdomain, and yes, it can.
You can do subdomains, right? Let's see. Reno says so I went to Reno once. I stayed at the Circus here. It was fun with the kids. If you're targeting multiple cities, can they live on subdomain of a root domain, i.e. seattle.domain.com? Or, I mean, you would have like multiple directories. Why would you do that? I mean, my question would be, why not just set that up like we have it here, and these would be your cities? Like if you want one directory for one city, then I would set up individual directories. Otherwise, I would use this layout, because I mean, I just don't trust the backend tech to deliver when you have 27,000 subdomains. That just seems like way over complicating the process, but I may be missing something. Maybe that's something you need for your setup. I don't know, but I would keep it as simple as possible and just do something like what you see here. Okay. Cameron, I don't really see any other. Mark says, I just looked it up.
Mike actually
Dorn
had a good
says,
one here.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and real quick, Dorn did have a good suggestion for the last one. If you wanted to, you could set up one site like we have for Hawaii Thrive, but then create individual subdomains that would just lead to the categories for those cities. So it would basically just redirect all of your subdomains to your main directory, but different pages on your main directory. That might be an option for you too. But Mike's question here, Mike Reamer, do the pages need to be on a different domain or subdomain? I use the same, and now the site shows the pages and not the directory. Yes, Mike, the answer to your question is yes. The pages, your funnel within high level. Sorry, here, let me turn on my camera here so you can see me. Maybe. So your funnel within high level will need to be connected to a domain, right? So if you go in and you see we give you like the about page and the contact page, the privacy, the terms of service, those pages that are in that funnel, before you can publish the pages, you'll have to connect those to a domain. You cannot connect the domain that you want to use for your smart directory. So if you go to the help article that Tom showed earlier, I just updated this morning. It explains this, but whatever domain you want to use. So if it's hawaiithrive.com, for example, you can only point that domain to one place. And so you have to choose, is it going to be your smart directory site or is it your funnel pages? If you want that to be your smart directory, you need to point that domain to your smart directory. So that's adding the A record and then updating the backend in the smart directory dashboard. You'll need to use either a different domain or what we do is just a subdomain for the funnel. So we've got Hawaii Thrive. There's an A record that points that to the smart directory site. And then for the funnels, we just set up another a subdomain called pages.hawaiithrive.com. And that's what we've connected to the funnel. So all you have to do is add a CNAME record for pages and then point that to the high level domain. So again, that is covered in the help article at offlinesharks.com/support. There's a section in there. Yeah. How do I set up my domain? What about connected funnels? Right there. So that tells you all about how to get your domain pointed to Smart Directory. And then down at the bottom, if you keep going, Tom, there's somewhere where it says about the funnels, how to add a domain to your high level funnels. And it talks right there about the fact that you need to use either a subdomain is easiest, or if you want, you can use a completely separate domain. Now, once you've published those pages in the funnel, then you can add those to your smart directory and they'll show in the top menu. You can navigate to those pages from your main domain. So nobody will actually ever see pages.hawaiithrive.com. They won't have to go there. They won't have to even see that. Everything will be accessible from your main smart directory, but it does need to be a different logo for the funnel for your pages there. Does that make sense, Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I know look, it gets confusing and it's not the easiest stuff to keep straight. So,
well, and I would say, like, you know, again, back to keeping the main thing, like what are these pages you're adding and how important are they, right? For prospecting, having some listings and doing the automations, like maybe get that up and running and then work on adding those pages as you're prospecting. Like most of the time, those pages aren't necessary. Like, yes, you probably need the contact and the about us, but like really what you need is a site that has business listings on it, that's got some blogs, that's got some events, so that you can start adding businesses and sending out the prospecting emails and running them through those workflows. So get to that point as quickly as possible, and then go nuts with all the original things and all the great ideas you have. But I see a lot of people, I have seen a lot of people over the years who could have had a lot of success with this, but they get so wrapped up in making this amazing directory site that they have in their head that they're spending all their time doing directory site stuff, but they're not doing the one thing that brings in the money, which is the prospecting. Do not be that person. Do the one thing that brings in the money first, and then start doing all that other crap. Can't say that enough, right, Cameron?
Yeah.
Kind of. I know that I'm saying it over and over, but somebody on here is going to do it. And then
it's easy to get bogged down. There's a lot of stuff, and high level has a lot of features. So It's understandable to get in there and want to learn it all and get it all set up. But yeah, it is. Most of it is not necessary for getting going with Smart Directory.
Yeah. I'm a one-man operation. How do I call the client as the directory and then later talk to them as the marketing agency? Super duper easy. So first, I'm not recommending that you be deceptive or try to sneak one by anybody, but most of the time people never ask. So first off, when you call them, you're going to be calling them because they got a free listing, right? So like we used to just call them up and say, hey, I'm Tom. I'm calling because I saw you claim the listing on HawaiiThrive.com. I just wanted to give you a courtesy call and make sure everything was set up right. And did you have any questions or anything like that? You know, here at HawaiiThrive.com, we help local businesses in Hawaii get a lot more exposure. As part of those efforts, we can help you actually with your online marketing. And when I was looking at your listing, I noticed I went to your website and you don't have a website or a website chat widget. Like, can I help you set that up? That's one way. The other way would just, you know, I used to, Dorn will know this. Dorn, what was my alter ego's name? I can't think of him now. Oh, Chuck Finley. So I used to call people and tell them I was Chuck Finley. And so I would call up and say, hey, this is Chuck Finley from HawaiiThrive.com. Just calling I saw you claimed your listing. Want to say everything was good. Is that awesome? And they'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, hey, listen, we have this sponsor, Mina Marketing. They give a free strategy session to anybody that has a listing. Would you like to book that? And they'd say, yeah. And I'd book them in the strategy session. And then I would just be the one on the strategy session. They didn't see me. They only heard me. And like, no one ever said like, hey, are you really the Chuck Finley guy? Like no one ever asked. A lot of times the person on the call was a different person, right? So I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about that. You're not trying to hide anything. If somebody asks, we always tell them, yes, we are the people behind HawaiiThrive.com. Mina Marketing is the people behind HawaiiThrive.com. We're not suggesting that you try to pull a fast one over, sneak by anybody. Like this isn't a hack. Like you just be honest with people and just be a genuine person. That'll get you a lot further than trying to have some kind of clever response. By the way, for those of you who are wondering who Chuck Finley is, Cameron, do you know who Chuck Finley is?
No, I remember you telling me it's from a TV show. A guy on a TV show.
Burn Notice.
Okay, Burn Notice.
Burn Notice. Chuck Finley was his Navy SEAL sidekick. You know, always got into trouble.
Yeah, and I think if you just position it as Hawaii Thrive is an initiative of Mina Marketing. It's a local community initiative by Mina Marketing.
Like a subdivision.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right on there. Do
you want me to run through some of these real quick, Tom?
Yeah, let's take this one real quick and then we'll run through. So Russell said, Russell, we're only offering Russell, Cameron and I were just talking about this yesterday. We have had no problems with A2P. Zero. So I don't know what other people are doing, what they're saying, what kind of messages they're putting in, but like we haven't had that trouble. But if I were to run into trouble, like if I were trying to set something up for a client, I ran into trouble with the A2P, again, I would just reach out to the client because good client service depends on communication. I would just reach out to the client and say, hey, listen, it looks like there's going to be some issues with getting your A2P approved. I'm going to help you work through that. We're going to get it solved. We won't start the 14-day trial until we get that resolved. Now think about that from that person's point of view. You are like over delivering. Like you're coming out of the gate like I'm a getter doner. Like you're running into your first problem. You're not even paying me and I'm going to get it done. And we're going to get this thing working for you. Like that is a huge value add. Like how does that person not become your client? You know, I don't know. All right, Cameron. Yeah, let's run through some of these and then we'll wrap it up. If you have any last minute questions, put them in the chat. Again, I appreciate everybody's patience and time while we, with Zoom being down and getting over here and all that stuff. So awesome to see we still have like 200 people on here, Cameron.
Yeah. Yep. Tyler said, is AI Profit Center available as separate purchase, still available at all? Yes, Tyler. If you don't have a link, hit us up at support and we can get you a link to get in.
offlinesharks.com/support.
Yes, thank you. Gray Mouse said, I just looked at the form and fill in and asked a keyword, phrase, and city. So I think he's referring here to the first 100 businesses that you get for free as a bonus when you sign up for Smart Directory. On that form, Gray Mouse, we have people manually reviewing each of those submissions. So it's not going from your form to straight over to pulling leads. So you can put whatever you want in that city and state area, within reason, and our people will do their best to provide leads that are in that area.
Look at that. How is that for service, right? Real people reading your messages.
Yes.
It's not automated.
What I would recommend here, now that I think about it, is actually give us multiple cities. So if you do an area, it might be a little tougher. Then we've got to try to research and figure out what are the cities in that area. But if you can give us multiple cities in there, then that would be good. Can we upgrade to SmartDirectory.AI Unlimited at $2.99 per month later in the year? This promotion is going to be closing before too long, Selim, but hit us up at the support desk, again, offlinesharks.com/support, and we may be able to work a special deal. Get you
maybe we'll have a promotion up, maybe not. I don't know, but we can figure something out, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he's around right now and has seen it. We might be able to get you in the back door. Okay. Third level domain is a subdomain of a second level regular domain. Yes. Okay. Thank you for the clarification on that.
Thomas, you are way ahead of me. It's so funny, Cameron, because
that's what I was thinking, because I think .com, like the com or the net or the org, I think that's what they call the top level domain. So then your Hawaii Thrive is like the second level domain. And then if you do directory.Hawaii Thrive, that's like the third level domain. I think that's how it works.
Somebody messaged me some question in my Facebook Messenger about connecting a domain. And I was like, dude, you're talking to the least techie person in this entire operation. Like, guess what? You just picked the wrong person to message. I was like,
Tom, you do have something in the members area that talks about this, don't you? Pricing?
Yes,
premium?
I do. Between the premium and the free, yes, I have a video on that in the members area. It is, where's it at? In the Honeypot Prospecting System right here. Pricing premium listing strategies. Yeah, the majority of the questions I see in the Facebook and the school group are all answered in the training. I know it's frustrating because you just want to get going and get started, but it is kind of important that you watch all those videos and all that stuff.
For those not in yet, when do we expect the invite to the school group? Michelle, it should be tonight, shortly after we get off this call.
So, George, that snapshot is under the video on how to install. So, in setting up your Smart Directory in the members area, you'll see important, watch this video before beginning setup. So, watch that video before you begin setup. This video, where is it at? Installing SmartDirectory.AI, and then the next video, importing and loading your snapshot. And the link to the snapshot is with this video.
Sorry if I missed this. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry if I missed this. Can we do multiple niches for the list of 100 businesses? He's in a small area. Yes, just put the multiple different categories in there, and then we will get those for you, Russell.
Trimedia. This is a great question. I love tackling this one because this is one of the biggest mental blocks I see from so many people when we show them this method, right? They go, but how can you make money if it doesn't get any traffic? Like, how does any new site get up? Like, every site that's new doesn't have traffic, right? So let's think this through for a minute. Okay. We've been using this strategy for years. We do not rely on people to find our site by SEO. You saw we have over 7,000 businesses, contacts that we've got this way just by sending them an email. So we just emailed everybody and said, hey, you have a free listing. We have talked to thousands of businesses. How many of those businesses do you think have asked us how much traffic our site gets when we tell them they have a free listing? Anybody? This is going to sound a little preachy, but anybody? A zero. The only people that ever ask us about traffic are marketers, because that's what we do. We first think, but how does it get traffic? Like, you don't need traffic. You do not need traffic. Now, I'm going to, Do I have it on this one? I don't think I do. You do not need traffic to make this work, okay? If you follow the Honeypot prospecting system that I lay out and you send those emails and do that, it will work. You do not need traffic. No one will ask you, right? No one will ask you. Now, look, if you're trying to sell premium listings and you want to charge $299 a month for a premium listing, people are going to ask you if you get traffic. They would be an idiot if they didn't. But we are not doing that, right? We are leading with value by giving them a free listing. And when we sell a premium listing, it's a super low price. And when someone asks us, how much traffic does your site get? If they ever did, all I would say is, what do you mean? This is a new initiative. Like, we're just getting this site off the ground. We don't get a lot of traffic right now because we're just building this. But that's what's so great. You're in on the ground floor and this is going to be growing big, right? Again, we're just honest. We don't have to lie to them. We don't have to try to tell them because what are we doing? We're giving them a free listing. What does it matter to them how much traffic the site gets? Like, it doesn't. So usually if anyone asks you that question, they're trying to sell you something, right? Richard once told me that. He's like, people ask me that, but they're never good leads. They're always crappy leads. And I'm like, yeah, that's the way, right? So this is a screenshot though. Let me show you this. This is a screenshot though of when we very first set up our directory site. And I'll make this big so you guys can see this. You can see all of this traffic. Look at this. We're getting, a couple hundred visitors. It's even more now. This screenshot is super duper old. Again, this is when we first set up our site. But look, this was all of this traffic was generated from the free listing method by adding businesses and telling them they have a free listing and going and claiming. That's it. It will just start to get traffic. We've never SEO'd any of our directory sites. We have a home service one that I think ranks on the first page for home services Oahu because and we don't even really do anything with that site. Like, we set it up once to do something and we never did anything with it. Don't overthink this. It just works. Now, if you want to boost things up, what's awesome is we included a little report with 25 ways to get free traffic. So I don't have a screenshot of this anymore, but one of the things we did one time, and we did this during COVID, this worked like gangbusters. I had my wife go into one of the Maui moms groups and I had her say, my husband and his business partner started this directory. They're listing all the restaurants in Maui. If you have a restaurant that's open, please put it in the comments or go here and add it or tag someone. The next morning when I woke up, we had 150 people tagging other business owners, people going and adding their listings. You do not need SEO. If you think you need SEO to do this, you're missing the point of this whole thing. You don't need it. You don't need it. Keep the main thing, right? Get a site set up, get businesses added, and then start loading them in and let those automations do all the hard work, right? Let those automations do the hard work. Again, here's everything you get. Go to offlinesharks.com, get smart, sign in. And yeah, big fat zero. I know people don't believe us. They think that can't be true, Tom. That's the first thing I would ask. Yeah, because you're a marketer. But normal people don't think that way. When you reach out to them and say you have a free listing, it's live. They want to make sure you have their business information correct. And maybe they get something off of it. They're not thinking the way you're thinking. So you gotta shift that mind shift there. All right, Cameron, any other last ones before we call it?
Kai asked a clarification. So communication-wise, the sponsor, Mina Marketing, and Hawaii Thrive are separate entities, yet the flow all goes through GHL. That's correct. Yep. Yeah.
And so we do have Mina Marketing is set up in one sub account and Hawaii Thrive is set up in another sub account so that we can very clearly separate the two with what we're doing marketing-wise. But it's all going through Go High Level. That's the beauty of High Level, right? I know a lot of people find the sub accounts confusing, but the sub accounts are really the best thing about it because a lot of other software doesn't have that. And so automations get messed up. They don't work. You can't do stuff because the software doesn't know what goes with who, and does this link go with that thing, and this email go with that thing. A sub account allows you to keep all of that stuff for the one thing together, so that doesn't happen, and it opens up a lot more possibilities. Imagine it being like the main high level account is the apartment building, and the sub accounts are like the individual apartments inside that building. If you didn't have individual apartments, how would you know whose couch this was? Whose dishwasher is that? There's food in the fridge. Whose food is that? Like, you would never know. But because it's in individual apartments, you know exactly whose chair that is. And if you want to send a message to 301A, it's really easy because it's 301A, right? So that's really one of the beauties of high level. I know a lot of people think it's like confusing and complicates things, but it doesn't. And actually, in the big picture, it simplifies things. And once you start understanding all the complexity that's under the hood of that thing, you're like, oh my God, like, this is really amazing that they figured this out and got this to work. So Dirk Diggler, yeah, Dirk Diggler. That's Mark Wahlberg, right? All right. Any other questions, Cameron, that you see there?
I've got here one. What kind of business would want a directory for them?
Chelsea, that's a great question. So Dorn just sold one to a local chamber of commerce. We've had other members sell them to other kinds of little local business groups. So there are other little like networking groups and things like that you could sell them to. Also, we have sold one to like a lady who is in a certain niche. So she does holistic medicine. And so she wanted to have a directory site of a lot of different holistic, different businesses and companies. And so they would want one because they want to use that to attract the clients that they're going to work with. If you know any coaches, a coach would love to have one of these because they could just add businesses and then sell them their coaching services. Randy and Jocelyn, they specifically target the real estate market. So they actually sell directory sites to real estate agents. The real estate agent sets it up and adds businesses, and it's sponsored by the real estate agent. So just like we sponsor our own directory, the real estate agent sponsors their own directory. And they help them do YouTube videos. They do local business spotlights. They interview people. And so the real estate agent, instead of selling marketing services, whenever they get a business on their site, they sell them business insurance. They go, hey, I want to give you a free listing on I have this community resource website to grow the community. And I'm also an agent. My agency sponsors it. If you need business insurance, give me a call, right? You could it's that kind of stuff. So lots of businesses could use a directory site to help them get more clients, bring value, and build things out. I personally think that is the way everything's going. I mean, with all the AI stuff and all that, like, people just don't want to deal with big businesses anymore. They want local connection. They want people that are helping the people in their area. Like, that's a superpower. There's a superpower in being the local person that's helping local businesses. I know we have some people in our community that are like little celebrities in their town because they run that site. I mean, I know Hawaii Thrive. Nick ended up at a charity thing with, I think, the mayor of Maui at his table. And the mayor said, oh, what do you do? And Nick said, oh, I have this site called Hawaii Thrive where we support local businesses. And one of the women at the table was like, oh my God, I get your emails. Like, that site is so great. Like, yeah, I mean, it's awesome.
Anybody that's worried about the traffic thing and whether people will see the value, Digital Marketing All had a comment here. I spoke to 3 businesses today. They want the premium listing, and my site isn't even fully done yet.
Boom. Make sure you post that win in the Facebook group, please. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Hey, listen, and look, try it. Try media. I'm not trying to do anything negative, because I'm the same way. I overthink things all of the time. I am guilty of it myself. But here's the deal. Like, just take the action. Don't let, for years, I let my thinking stop me from taking action. The minute I started taking the action and adjusted my thinking based on the results I was getting, everything started to be different. Like I got 14 clients in 1 week because I started taking action and I didn't overthink it. I just went out and did it. Like, and then I adjusted my processes and my thinking based on the response I got. And eventually we ended up here. That's actually how this whole, like the evolution to SmartDirectory.AI actually started, with those initial 14 clients that I got in 7 days. That would eventually grow into this. So just start taking the actions, man.
There was one question here. If I already have GHL, I could still get the snapshot to import.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And again, look, if your goal is to try to sell premium listings for multiple $100s a month, you are going to have to drive traffic to your site somehow. But if you're doing that, then that's a whole different business model than what we're doing here. Like, we're using this to get clients for our agency subscription services and AI subscription services. So if you're trying to do a different business model, you're going to have to figure that process out, because that's not the model we use, right?
Brenda said, since you guys have never had A2P issues, have you ever made a video training showing how you do it?
Funny you should ask, Brenda. We have. If you go, you're on YouTube, right, Brenda? If you go to that, is it under the, I can't remember if it's under the live section or not, camera. Hold on. If you go to our YouTube channel and under the live list, is it under here? I think this is the one that got taken down and you had to repost it, right?
Let's see. It's the reactivation. Yeah, I think it's under live.
How to keep clients for life, right here, right? No, that's.
I think we did it in the reactivation training.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh,
here it is.
That's the live shows. There you go.
So if you go right here, the done for you 30-day reactivation. So in here, we talk about setting up email, SMS, and Cameron is even awesome enough. He put together like a little A2P cheat sheet. You can find that right in this. You can find that right in the description of this video. If you go to the video, you'll see in the description, there's a link to that PDF in here, I think. So yes, we have lots of great training on the YouTube channel. Also too, Brenda, is Brenda, right, that asked that question?
Yes, I believe so.
Also, Brenda, you should check out YouTube, do a YouTube search for Nick Ponte. So Nick Ponte, the other half of Offline Sharks, he posts a lot of great content and training on his YouTube channel. So our YouTube channel, the Offline Sharks channel, and his are both really great resources.
YouTube link, offlinesharks.com/YouTube.
Yep. You're welcome.
A couple of things here. The school invites did just go out. So everybody should have those. If you're in SmartDirectory already, you should have your school invite. Check your email, the email that you use to join SmartDirectory. And then the other thing is we have a few people that just joined. Derek, Michael, Fletcher, Victor. Welcome. Welcome to SmartDirectory. We'll see you in the school group.
Yeah, fantastic. Slim, this is going to be I'm going to get these last two questions here, and then we're going to wrap this up because we've been on here for a couple hours. So, Slim, that is all in the members area. I covered it in this training as well, too, when I went through the Honeypot Prospecting System. So check out this recording. Go back, watch that section again, right? Watch that section again about the Honeypot Prospecting System. That's how we're doing this, okay? Let's see. The unlimited version, can we sell a directory to someone who has their own version of Go High Level? Carolyn, no. So you have to deliver it via a sub account, correct, Cameron? Or is that not accurate?
Well, you could do it, but you're going to need access to their high level account. So if you can get agency access to their high level account, then you could go in and install it. but obviously like the setup process, it's not something your client is going to do on their own. So you can't do it from just within a sub account if you don't have access to the agency account. You're going to run into problems like loading the snapshot and stuff like that. So, yeah, we would definitely recommend you put it in your own agency, in a sub account in your own agency account. If you can get access from your client, then yes, you could go over to their account and install it.
Awesome. David, yeah, so SmartDirectory.AI is a new software we launched. It's a Go high level app. So you can catch the replay of this. We've got an introductory offer going right now. It's $99 a month, plus you get $6,500 in bonuses. The public price is $199 a month, but you're not going to pay that because you're in our group. And this offer closes in a few days. So if you want to check out this replay, Cameron will get it posted. You can find that, but it's a pretty sweet offer. Really, really great deal. Welcome to everybody who's just jumping in. That's great as well. And yeah, everybody, you're welcome. Awesome training. Appreciate everybody's flexibility hopping over here when Zoom went bonkers. And Cameron, thanks for scrambling on the back end and making me look good once again.
Yes, you're welcome.
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. And all right, guys, look, the first weekly coaching call is tomorrow. There's 2 calls, Dorn said. They've got a Q&A at 10 and an actual training at 3. Plus, I will be back here on YouTube live Friday at 3 p.m. Every Friday at 3 p.m., I show up live on YouTube for our Aloha Jam session, where sometimes I do training, I take questions. This week, we will be, I'll give you a spoiler alert. We'll be talking about Smart Directory. But yeah, I'll be there. You can come in there and ask questions then too. Once you guys get, I've seen some people posting links. Some people have sent me links of their sites getting set up. I would love it when your sites are set up. If you post links so we can check them out, we can share those wins in the community. That'd be great to have for Friday. And yeah, glad everybody enjoyed it. Thanks again. If for some reason you haven't, go to offlinesharks.com/GetSmart, jump in on SmartDirectory.AI. This is our flagship product moving forward. So we are investing a lot of time and resources into making this better and better as we move forward. And we'd love to have you on that journey with us. So thanks again. Stay safe, everybody. Practice aloha.
Aloha, everyone.